There are a plethora of places to stay during your visit to the Iberian Peninsula. One such place is the Infante Sagres Hotel in Porto, Portugal. It has a 4.3 out of 5 rating and is only $79 per night stayed at the hotel. The hotel is next to Aliado Square, Dom Pedro Monument, and Clerigos Church. Another great hotel to stay in is the Principal Madrid in Madrid, Spain. It has a 4.6 out of 5 rating and is $176 per night. The hotel is next to Teatro de Zarzuela, San Anton Market, and Ante Gallery. The main form of transportation people use to get around Spain is by going in a car or a train. Renting a car is a good option because you can travel around with flexibility. Trains are also a good option because they are cheap and require less effort. However, the downside to trains is that they will go a little slower compared to the trains of other countries. The main form of transportation people use to go around Portugal is the metro and the train. In Spain, Spanish or Castilian is the most widely spoken language, and it is the official language as well. However, several other languages and dialects are spoken in different areas of the country. Most of these languages are Romance languages. As for Portugal, their official language is Portuguese. However, just like Spain, various regions of the country speak different dialects.
Both Spain and Portugal have a long list of attractions for any traveler traveling in these countries. Spain's architecture is influenced by several groups of people, including the Romans and the Arabs. One attraction in Spain is the Alhambra, meaning the red one. This is a palace and fortress situated in the city of Granada in southern Spain. It was built as a fortress in 889 and disregarded until it was converted into a royal palace in 1333. The landmark is filled with Islamic palaces, which were adapted by Christian rulers in 1492 during their conquest of Granada. As of now, the Alhambra is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and also includes an extravagant garden filled with English elms and nightingales, which were specifically brought in by the Duke of Wellington. Another landmark is the Mesquita, meaning mosque, which is located in Cordoba and features an array of pillars and arches. It was originally a Roman temple, but then later converted into a Visigoth church, and after the Spanish Reconquista, a cathedral was incorporated and built in the center of this Moorish building. In Portugal, one popular tourist attraction is the Belém Tower, also known as the Tower of St. Vincent, which is built in Portugal's capital city, Lisbon. It sits on what used to be an island on the Tagus River. It was built in 1515 in order to defend its city from invaders, and it has space for 17 cannons in its bastion. Another attraction in Portugal is to go cruising down the Douro River in Portugal, one of the major rivers of the Iberian Peninsula. An area of the Douro Valley features vineyards and is labeled as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO as well.
There are various authentic foods served in Spain. One such item is gazpacho. Gazpacho is essentially tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, bread, peppers, and cucumber blended together, then chilled and poured into bowls or glasses. Another great dish to try is the paella valenciana. The paella valenciana includes rice, chicken, saffron, runner beans, and butter beans. The most exquisite part of this dish is the rice. There are various authentic foods served in Portugal as well. One such item is the Portuguese custard tart. These miniature custard tarts are one of the sweetest foods to try in Portugal. Another food to try is caldeirada. The caldeirada is a Portuguese monster fish stew. It contains onions, garlic, peppers, parsley, saffron, bay leaves, tomato paste, and various types of fish. One conflict that Spain was most recently involved in was the Basque conflict, which was a political conflict between Spain, France, and the Basque National Liberation Movement. Also, both Spain and Portugal are engaged in armed conflict in Afghanistan as part of a mission under the International Security Assistance Force, or ISAF. As of May 2012, Spain contributed 1,481 troops and aircraft, and Portugal contributed 133 troops. Internally, Portugal has been experiencing a continuous fall in the unemployment rate, and the country continues to suffer heavily from the impact of the financial crisis of 2008. Both Spain and Portugal have not been immune to the rise of threats from terror groups in recent history. Currently, Spain is listed as an area with high risk of terrorist attacks, whereas Portugal is listed as an area with underlying threats. There is a threat of street crime in Spain. Tourists are targeted for passports and money. Reports of fake police officers robbing tourists are on the rise. Despite the high crime rate for burglaries, theft, and robberies, crimes such as assault and murder are very uncommon. Similar threats exist for crime in Portugal, but there is a higher risk of violence. There are no major risks for disease in the Iberian Peninsula, but it is recommended that you get the influenza, chickenpox, polio, MMR, and DPT vaccines. A rabies vaccine is recommended if you are going to be working with animals. The water in both Spain and Portugal is clean and safe to drink, so there is little risk for disease due to contamination. In recent years, thousands of illegal immigrants migrate to southern Spain. Most of them are coming from Morocco. This flux of immigrants may affect the already declining unemployment rate in Spain. In both Spain and Portugal, manners and etiquette are very important. Like in the United States, handshaking is an appropriate gesture for meeting someone you have not previously met. Later, when you have become friendly with an individual, a two-handed handshake is an appropriate greeting between men, and a kiss, one on each cheek, is an appropriate greeting for a woman. Table manners are also very important. Utensils are used for almost all foods, including cheese and fruit. It is polite to stand until being asked to sit down. Also, it is polite to remain seated at the end of a meal until the host or hostess stands up.